my name is Miss Jacelle. I'm one of our instructors at Tiger Woods Taekwondo, and this is my edition of Behind the Belt. So I actually started Taekwondo way back in 2022. I was about 13 at the time, and I was actually getting into Taekwondo because one of my neighbors down the street, she told me all about Taekwondo. She was bragging about her black belt, and I really wanted to do that too. So I asked her, what is Taekwondo? Like, how do I get into it? What's it all about? And what she does is she teaches me how to do a kick in her driveway. And I do the kick, I feel really good about it, and I run home back to my mom and I say, hey, can I do Taekwondo? And she looks at me for a little bit and she says, yeah, we can probably figure something out. Then we don't talk about it for a while, which kind of irritated me. So I asked her again as we were driving home from Kroger, Mom, I really want to do Taekwondo. Can I do it? There's this Taekwondo dojang that's right down from Kroger. It would be really convenient. We could go there all the time. And finally, she agrees and she says, yes, we'll go ahead. We'll try it out, see how much it costs, and then we'll go ahead and sign you up. I go in, I do their trial lesson, I get my uniform, I get my white belt. I'm already hooked. And this was in the midst of COVID. I took my profile picture with a white mask on at the front desk with Miss Hannah. And that picture is still on the computer to this day. And I keep looking back at it. And I remember just how I started and all of the really amazing memories that I had with Taekwondo. I did my very first testing over a Zoom call. We had one of the instructors connect over a call with a bunch of other students. I did my form, I did a couple of kicks, and then I was told that I passed. And I felt so good about it. The next time I come into class, I'm going to have a new belt. I go in the next day, I get my yellow belt. I feel so good. I feel, wow, I can really do this. I was able to pass one of my belt testings. This is awesome. And after I go through another probably a couple months or so, I hear about demo team. This is when I'm an orange belt. And I joined demo team after doing the tryout. And I was really nervous because there were a bunch of black belts inside the demo team. I felt pretty nervous about it. But we practice hard. Then I hear about this competition coming up for Master Shims in Georgia. And my mom was initially a little bit skeptical about it because it's a bit of a trip up from Powell. We'd have to go on a plane to and from. There's the price of the competition. But I told my mom, I really want to do this. And then she again says, yes, okay, we'll go ahead. We'll go to Georgia. We'll go do this competition. I participated in board breaking and forms. I got gold in board breaking and I got silver in forms. And this made me feel really, really good because I was able to compete against other students from different schools who I felt were at higher levels than I were, and I was able to place first and second. Then we go into the actual demonstration portion of the competition, and I'm again just really nervous. And we go through the competition. I'm feeling pretty good. Then during our demonstration, I miss one of our boards. And I start panicking. I'm worrying, oh no, we're not going to place in first, third, or second. We're not going to place in the top 3. I was so worried. Then after our demonstration is done, the other teams go. We all sit down to hear the placements of which teams got 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. It went in that order. So we hear the 5th team called, it's not us. And our entire team is looking at each other and we're getting kind of excited because that means we didn't place last. 4th team is called, also not us. And so at this point, we're all smiling so big. We're so happy for each other. We placed in the top 3. We got 3rd place. We got this really, really big trophy. We got this giant check, both of which are still displayed in our school. And every single time I come in and I see that check and that trophy, I remember the excitement that I felt after I had finished my very first competition. And I stuck with demo team all through these years. I'm still doing it to this day. Demo team has probably been one of the brighter parts of my Taekwondo career. One of the parts that I've probably challenged me the most about Taekwondo has been full contact sparring. A lot of the gear is really uncomfortable to have on for long periods of time. And I was worried about, getting kicked by other people who are taller than me, stronger than me, and I felt were just better at sparring than I was. One of the struggles that I had the most was when I was a green belt. And when I went in for sparring, I was against this one girl who I knew beat me every single time. So I go into the match. I'm really not feeling it. I'm not feeling very confident. But then I remember, I can do this. I remember how I felt during my demo team competition. I remember the gold medal that I got in board breaking. I feel so much better. And the match starts. I get a bunch of really good hits. She gets a couple of hits back on me, but I win. And that made me feel pretty good about contact sparring moving forward. It is still a little bit of a challenge today to put on all the gear and go out there and actually kick our other students, but I do feel much better about it today. Then, being an instructor has probably been one of the biggest parts of being in Taekwondo. I actually was the instructor who had the lowest belt level in terms of experience. I became an instructor as a red stripe. So that's just a little over halfway through all of the belts that we have. All the instructors either got their instructor uniform at either poom belt or black belt. And those are the two highest belt ranks in our school. And I join, and I'm feeling very nervous because, all the other black belts, they had done this a lot longer than I had been doing it. And I go in, I teach my first class, and I see all of the kids. They're answering really loud. They have a lot of confidence. They're putting their faith in me. They feel really good about the things that I've taught them. That also made me feel really good. The second you just see somebody's face light up when you know you've done something well to really help them out, that kind of feeling is really priceless. And that's the kind of thing that I go after for being an instructor. And it's also something I like to go after when it comes to my black belt. Because as a black belt, you're kind of the leader of the school. You're inspiring all of the younger belts. You're showing them what to do. You're showing them what it means to be a role model for other people. So you have to put on the best example. And I've been trying to use that every single day of my practice leading up to my black belt testing. That's happening in March in a couple of months. And I've just really been trying to show my best example with how I present myself to people, with my body language, with how I talk. I just want to be very enthusiastic, and I've tried my best to just be an overall positive energy source for anybody who ever needs it. And I really feel that after I get my black belt, it's probably not going to be super easy after that. There's probably going to be a couple of challenges, but if I just keep up the positive energy and just the overall happiness that I have over the past couple of years, I have very high hopes for my Taekwondo career, for both demo team, for just me as an instructor and as a student. And I really look forward to what the future years have to offer.